Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are ready. This is going to be a quick video going over my Dragonknight build, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So, looking at the stats real quick, you have 45 spell crit, 3,217 spell damage, and then max magicka, max health, max stamina. This is without food buff. However, for recovery, if you look over, it's not that much. I just have a little crown thing I popped by mistake. But then you have, for your star is Mundus Stone is the Thief, which increases weapon and spell crit, and then you have Minor Berserker. So that's actually come from one of my sets, and then I also have ESO Plus membership. So I'm going to jump over into set 1, which is always a favorite of. Oh, my bad. All right, here we go. Technical Gifty, real quick. So here's my favorite. It's mostly used in, if not all, majority of the sorcerer builds. Not just sorcerer, but magicka builds in general. So it's Mother Star, which is located in Deshawn. You can buy it from guild stores, or maybe RNG will be nice to you. This set, after 160, even if you farm before 160, you can reconstruct it, so that comes in handy. But it gives you resource and spell crit, which is ideally what you want to look for, is spell crit. You want to get that up as much as you can. I usually focus to about 40 to 50% of spell crit, and then I start focusing more into spell damage after that. Like even if it hits 41%, then I'll start messing with spell damage. Because still at the same time, I want more spell crit. I can craft potions, which I recommend that for any. Because you can also have it spell crit, spell damage, and max magicka if you're high enough alchemy, or you can just buy it from guild stores like that. And then going over to the second set, it is Burning Spellweave, located in City of Ash 2. This you actually have to do and get it yourself. But ideally, what I would run is City of Ash 1 on Veteran, because it's a shorter and faster dungeon. It's very easy. You can easily get a group from your guild or a random dungeon. It's not that hard, like a random dungeon group. Just queue for it. So with a Dragonknight, the reason I'll go with the 5-piece for this is when you deal damage with flame abilities, your burning status effect on enemy increases your spell damage. As a Dragonknight, most of your skills is a flame ability, so this will proc repeatedly. And then for a substitute set for the second set, I also have that on me. If you wanted to, you could run Rattle Cage, which I recommend that more with my beginner build for the Templar. If you want to see that video, I'll link it in the description below. But I would recommend running Rattle Cage. However, you can run it with this as well because it gives you spell damage. So if you're all about the numbers, you have spell crit and spell damage. And then I'm going to hop right over to the monster set, which gives you more crit chance. But this also counts to your weapons, so that's the reason my weapon is like 25%. But this is what's giving me the Minor Berserk, increasing my damage done by 5% at all time. So that's really nice. In my opinion, I enjoy it. It's just more for numbers, in my opinion. And then let's go to the skills. Going over my skill bar real quick, it is Flame Lash, which is Lava Whip morphed. This one is what I went with. I morphed it into the Flame Lash. This is for single target abilities. I would use that. This is Eruption. You can summon and it reduces enemy movement speed. I use this for crowd control along with Unstable Wall of Fire. Like I said, a lot of fire abilities, so of course I'm going to use an Inferno Staff with this build. Then Molten Armist. So this you would proc to increase your damage as well. So like if you put Rattling Cage on this, you are just stacking more spell damage over and over repeatedly. And then 5, if your healer's not doing its job, that's why I have 5 there. As for the ultimate, I went with Firing Rage, which comes from the Destruction Staff ultimate. The reason I don't have Shooting Star is on this character, I have not farmed the guild, Mage Guild up high enough by collecting lore books, because this is a freshly new character that I've made. So I don't have Shooting Star yet. So that's the reason I'm using the Destruction Staff. But the rest of these right here on your front bar come from your class. So you level that up as you go. Then back bar, I have Engulfing Flames, which is another AoE attack. This, which is Inferno, which activates an Aura of Flames, which launches fireballs at the nearest enemy, while increasing your spell damage. So that is, you can drop as well. This, I target the boss with to increase... So I'm still using it. I gotta morph it, but once you morph it, it actually increases your spell crit, or it might be your spell damage. I'm not 100% sure. Can I look? So yeah, this is what you would morph it to. So it would increase your spell damage. Degenerate. Oh wait, I can morph it now. Huh. All right, there we go. Now you morph it to that. Then Fire Rune. I haven't decided which one I want to morph with that, so that's the reason I'm leaving it there. And then 5 is Inner Light. Obviously, proc that. And R is for AoEs. When my ultimate's up and there's a big group of enemies, I lash that down. And every now and again, I'll do it in the boss fight, but preferably I use the first ultimate. So for my rotation, going into battle, it's 4, 3, 2. Rotate 4, 3, 2. If it's 4, 3, 2, then 5. If it's a group of enemies, I'll use 1, but most time I'll rotate back and spam 1, insert heavy attack, rotate back, and then re-establish what I need on the back bar, rotate forward, re-establish what I need on the front bar, 1, 2, 1, rotate 1, and that's how I do it mostly. I spam the hell out of Lava Whip during boss fights. I'm gonna just say that now. As for this AoE, whenever there's a group of enemies, yeah, see, that's the reason why I use that for a group of enemies. But yeah, so now I'm gonna cut over and let you guys see this in action. If you want to see it in action, you can. If you don't, you can click off this video now and you can run it and figure out yourself. But like I said, if you wanted to, you could substitute Rattling Cage, which for burning Spellweave. Rattling Cage comes from Vault of Madness. I would recommend doing on Vet, that way you can get purple gear, so it's a lot less resources to level up, to level it to gold. However, if you've just got an abundance of crafting material, then all means, do normal, get the sets, farm it out faster, get the traits you want, and then upgrade it. But yeah, so now I'm going to cut over and let you guys see this in action.
Stay strong, sisters.